dark, medium, light. And when you get into painting your reds and your whites and other things, then I do some mixing of values. But for the standard steps, this is the easiest thing to do. So I'll start with my back petals. And I'm going to show you how to finish off a rose on that one later today. I'm not going to muddle you with too much stuff.
This is fine right here.
That
How
spot's
do you
beginning to
decide
dry
how
up.
many back petals you're going to put on there, Donna? The size of the rose?
The size of the rose. I usually put at least 3.
At least 3.
But you could come in, and sometimes when I'm finishing up, I'll add another few little petals inside. So, but I usually add a minimum of 3, and then when I close the front of the rose, I usually add at least 2 and sometimes 3. It just depends on the size of the rose. Okay, I didn't put the X there, but that's kind of where I'm directing where I want to go. And I put a diagram in the packet so that to kind of explain, you know, about the structure of the rose.
Now see how you did it here and like that? I would have thought that you would want it right next to that.
Eh. Every rose I paint is different than the one I painted before. Yes, it is. So you wanted this one to come down different. Well, we'll add other things, don't worry.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just close up the mouth this time. I didn't add the extra outer petal this time. So,
There's a happy bird outside.
yes it is.
He's happy all those kids are gone.
So, this time I'm just going to
It's so
put,
noisy back here during the week.
okay, I'm going to put one across here to
Just
kind of
kids
close this in.
everywhere.
Does that make you happier now, Sharon?
Yes, I'm thrilled.
Okay, so you see, you just kind of build your petals. This is something it's a judgment thing. You're painting.
So it's
these.
not a written law.
No.
It's not a Donna
I have
law.
a few written laws, but not too many. My written laws: try not to stress over this. A little wine helps. So,
It does indeed.
just to relax when you're doing them, and then close up down here.
I guess I'm not a real painter
So
because
that's-
I never relax when I paint.
So anyway, that's a second rose, and it's different than the first. So they're all different. Now, Bobby wanted to see a bud, so doesn't matter. I'm through with it now. Okay. Now there are 2 different kind of buds. There's the open bud and the closed bud. So I think you were talking about the open bud. And would you hand me that
Whatever
card
kind of
that looks
bud.
like it's got a heart? The card over there, it has like a heart thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is a kind of a bud variation right here. You can see that. So to start out with, and I don't usually even put down a pattern for these. I just start with a kind of a crescent stroke that kind of comes up and curves around and kind of comes back to more of a V. And then I start up here at the back, same spot, and then I come around and I curve like this, and that's your bud. Then there are variations of the
Well,
bud.
now, that bud on the tissue box, that, I guess
Oh, that's the bud you want. Okay.
Oh,
Well, let me
yeah.
finish this, and then I'll show you that.
Let's finish this one.
Okay. This bud you can add. You can add.
I'll never remember all
I'll
that.
go ahead and add the. You know, you can add a calyx here,
Oh,
like this, and a stem.
yeah.
And then you can put little dots inside, and you can come back and highlight the front of that too. Now I also, for this one, you could do a little few, like it's going to start to open, which is kind of what I did here.
Yeah.
This is just like the beginnings of a stroke rose.
It's too small one.
And then you could just add another little petal down here. So those are kind of like little roses. So those are fast and easy to do, and they're great on little cards.
Yeah.
So the other one, you can just base coat it and highlight it. You know, you can just make a kind of an oval shape like that. That's the way I do those. And then I will come back and I'll shade the bottom of it. You could triple load and do them, but I usually just do them this way. And then I come over here and
No, you're fine.
I'll add a highlight here. Get a green. Looks funny if you don't do it with green.
Yeah.
With something besides green. Now I don't think I brought a round brush, so just use a little flat brush. Not that one. Sometimes I use this with a modified comma stroke with a round brush, but I didn't think to bring a round brush today, so I'll try it with the paint with this. So here you just kind of wiggle them out and wiggle a few side ones coming off. I usually put a little bump down there, and then you got your stem. But that's how I do those. And then I'll come back and shade and highlight the calyx too. But that's how I do those buds. Sometimes I will pull one that comes over in the middle like this for just for variety.
Up there.
So
Yeah.
those are the way I had done, because you see this one is just that. And also some of these I made them look like they're beginning to open. I didn't realize I had done that. So if you want one that's beginning to open, you paint another one here, and then some watery brush. Try different ones, not so much water in it. If you do one like that, then you'd shade at the bottom, and then you could pull a little bit of shading like right like that, and then highlight along that edge a little bit and up here, and then it'll look like the rose is beginning to open, and then you could do your calyx. So I know I have here, this is a worksheet. I did this a long time ago, but it shows a lot of the buds that I had done, different ways of doing buds. So you see, this is one that's a little bit open.
Yeah.
And then here's a closed one. And then this is the other one that I showed you.
Well, I'll just
So-
pull Sharon with this.
You can't take that, Bobby.
Just because you got that walker don't mean
I
I
will
won't fight you.
I will send you a photo of it.
You can't take that one, because I've had that since 1986 or
gosh.
7 or something. I taught Rose